We are back here on Girl Talk. We have Tim Drake, who has joined us from the Greenery, and we are very excited to have you because we're basically talking about landscaping, making it beautiful, putting it into play.
This is the time of year people can start to plan.
Exactly.
And you're new on the staff.
That's
which
correct.
Is great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How long have you been with the Greenery? And tell us a little bit about your background.
I started with Greenery the first week of November. Been talking with them for years. I know a lot of people there, a lot of friends that I have there, you know, professional friends. I moved to Hilton Head in '92. Took a position at Ocean Woods Landscaping, a friend of a friend kind of thing.
Exactly.
Worked there for 7 years, and then took a job with Wesley Smith Landscaping, and that eventually turned into Valley Crest, and was actually there for 15 years. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, what are you doing with the Greenery now? Because you've got kind of a specialized job.
Well, they actually sort of invented a job for me, which was great. You know,
That's called talent.
That's
Yeah.
right, when they'll create something just for you.
They've they've put me into landscape enhancement, which I do design work for mostly residential clients. And I've done a little bit of commercial work so far, but like I said, I've only been there since November. So
What does that really look like in terms of, I'm ready to redo my outside?
right.
Would you come in and
I
help
get-
And you
choose my
yell
plant?
help.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I am, yes, thank you.
And then
And that's what I do.
They-
Yeah, that's what I do.
You've got your cape.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I-
Green cape.
Come flying in.
Yeah, exactly.
I get the phone call,
Okay.
you know, and meet with the client. You know, generally, you know, Hilton Head, been here a long time. It's either, you know, deer ravaged or just dated. We do a lot of renovation work. You know, and then put together a plan. Sometimes it may not be a full-blown design, but
Right.
you know, we'll figure out, you know, what's going to work. A lot of the plant materials that we're using now are a lot different than the ones that
I was
you know,
going to say,
people.
how has that changed
Yeah.
It's changed a lot
over the years?
Yeah.
What's in style? What are the most
Yeah, what are-
popular
Yeah.
things right now?
Well, it's interesting that you ask because I'm doing one of my responsibilities is going to be doing little talks,
Okay.
like they do at the
Educating
retail.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
doing the retail store.
seminars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the end of February, they've lined me up to do a talk for using underused, new kind of plants that are out, you know, these days that people aren't aware of. And you know,
For example.
we're using a lot of things like flax lily. The deer don't eat it. It's variegated.
Okay.
It's pretty cold
Great.
tolerant.
Okay.
You know, nice texture, that kind of thing. Foxtail ferns, we're using a lot more.
I love those.
Yeah, those are related to asparagus ferns. Very cold tolerant.
Are you doing layering in gardening and design enhancement
Of course.
now? So that,
Of
is that
course,
just
yeah.
like interior design?
Absolutely. And I notice, you know, things were a little more simple years ago. You know, where people just decided they'd put in some saw palms, and I think that was Hilton Head. Now we like things a little more, you know, crisp and
Yeah.
and exciting. You know, new colors. You know, lime green and purples and that kind of stuff. So
When Jen comes or Deb comes or I come, what are some of the criteria that you're looking for when trying to determine what we want for our yard?
I guess if it's deer, if you're dealing
Absolutely,
with
yeah.
deer.
I wondered about
But sometimes you don't even know what you want.
Right.
I mean,
That's
sometimes
my
you
Well, you know,
think you know what you
it's
want,
funny,
but it's not appropriate.
I rarely ask people how much money they want to spend.
Okay.
Because I'd rather get them something that I think is going to work for them, and then see where the dollars,
where it
you know,
falls.
yeah.
That
And
makes
if they need to,
sense.
you know, whittle it down, then they give me the opportunity to, you know, take plants out.
But does it help if Jen goes, you know what, I work all the time, I'm not going to be able to maintain anything.
Right, I need
don't
something
have an
simple, but that
irrigation-"
looks
Right,
Sure.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want it to look like $1 million.
Yeah. Just that. Just
Yeah.
all those simple things.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
she
yeah.
said.
Oh, yeah, and it has to bloom all year long.
Right.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I hear
Tim.
I want color one more time, I'm going to blow my head
Right.
off, you know. And I always say, listen, if you know something that, you know, has color and the
Right.
deer don't eat and it blooms all year long, please tell
Please tell
me.
me.
Right,
you
because
know,
I
so
can
that
make it a bestseller.
Yeah, I can use that. So.
Do deer eat herbs?
Most herbs are safe. And it's
Okay.
because of their strong taste. You know, oregano, rosemary, they just don't care for that
They're not
strong.
appealing.
You know, it's
That's
funny,
right.
my goats don't eat, the goats don't eat herbs.
You have goats?
Just two.
Okay, just 2.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
part of the process? I mean, is it the planning part? Is it seeing the finished product? You know, what's most exciting?
The most exciting part to me, and the greatest part of my job really, is going to that home in Sea Pines, you know, that has that 20-year-old landscape, getting with a homeowner, saying, you know, how many sticks of dynamite do we need to start this job? You know, boom, boom, it's all gone, right? And then see them come home 2 days later and
It's
just
magic.
go, oh my
That
gosh, you
sounds
know.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know, I want it so
I do
bad.
Yeah.
Do you work some of the hardscapes that
Sure,
the
we
Greenery,
do
Greenery
everything.
offers also?
Yeah,
So
we-
if they wanted a little
Yeah, a little,
walkway
a
or
paver, you know, pathway to the back, or a retaining wall, or
so it's something that you would all work into.
oh yeah,
And
absolutely. as
can
well.
you take what's existing and work within that framework
Absolutely.
too? In other words, if you got old azaleas or some of the other stuff, you would trim-
Absolutely.
okay.
Well, you know, one of the best things that we do, and this is a perfect time of year, is what we call renewal pruning, where we take,
Love the
you know,
sound of
I
those.
want to be renewal pruned.
Between faces and the
that.
greenery, I know.
Yeah. We're talking about plants.
All right,
Okay.
sorry, back to you.
Yeah. You take those, you know, 30-year-old ligustrum, and you know, cut them down to 18 or 24 inches, and you let them flush back out. Good time of year to do it because plants have spent all winter putting their energy into the root systems. Now we're January, February. They'll flush back out again in March. You know, and they'll flush back out with a lot of energy. So we cut them back now, and you have brand new shrubs. You'll look in June or July and go, you don't even know you've done it. So all of a sudden you have that brand new ligustrum, you know, that you didn't really
rejuvenated.
pay
Really
anything
nice.
for
Yeah.
because you've just
Yeah.
cut the, you know, cut the branches down. So
And I interrupted you before when Deb had asked about what you get from the client or what you need from the client in order to be able to
Well,
begin the process.
there's so many different types of homeowners on Hilton Head. You know, you've got part-timers.
Right.
You know, they really don't want anything too elegant because they're not going to be here to take
Maintenance
care of
free.
it.
Exactly.
Right. Then you have, you know, people who are here full-time and really want, you know, the whole, you
Shebang.
know, the whole shebang.
So it's
You know,
just
see-
it's a totally customized process that you know you
yeah,
can
and do
just
you have
take it
children?
from-
Do you have pets? I mean,
Exactly.
what are the use areas in the yard? I mean, how do you use your yard? A lot of people here don't even go out in their yard. They just want to
It's
look.
true. They
They
just
want it to
wanna
look
look.
good when they drive into the
Exactly.
garage. You
Go
know.
in
And I
Inside.
get that. And you
Yeah.
know what? Unfortunately, we're going to have to. I know. Tim, thank you for joining us.
Don't forget about the seminar at the end of February.
You got
Yep,
it.
just
Deb will
call
put
the
it at the
Greenery.
bottom of the.
And renewal pruning.
And renewal
Yes.
pruning. And Tim Drake. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great week here on Girl Talk.